Hey, welcome back to video number 4. My name is Steve Larsen. Now, you guys are troopers. You're holding in for the long haul. Now, in the last video, we talked about tiered banking contracts, how my other friend that was a banker, how he was smoking me in my returns and what he taught me and what we implemented. Today, we're going to talk about how you can get your money to work in 2 places at one time legally and what that means in our financial arbitrage, okay? So let's dig in, let's have some fun. This is super exciting. When you understand this concept, if I talk too fast through these concepts, rewatch this video because this will make or break everything in your financial position. Okay, so let's understand how the current system works right now, all right? So let's say you go down to the bank and you take $100,000 and you put it into your choice of financial institution. They promise you a debit card, some checks, you can pull money out of the ATM, and they'll say, hey, on top of that, we'll also give you about 0.25% of interest. You're like, whoop-de-doo, right? So $100,000 really only gets you about $250 of interest per year. It's like, okay, that sounds great. All right, so what did the banks do? They take that $100,000, they don't let it sit here. They make sure that they've got enough tier 1 capital, all that stuff, so that they can meet their leverage ratios and lend it out. So they're lending that money out at 4.75%. They're trying to get loans and fees from this other person, whether it's a business, an individual, it's a mortgage, it's a whatever. So this person is paying 4.75%. So my question to you is, how much is the bank making? When you look at it, they're saying, okay, they're charging 4.75% and they're paying me 0.25%. So they must be making 4.5%. That's pretty good, right? That's not actually what they're making. They're making an obscene amount more. All right, so let's look at this. Their cost of these funds is $250. All right, so this $250 right here. Now, when you multiply this out, what they're getting in interest is $4,750, okay, for the year, with what's incoming in. So you take $4,750, subtract out the $250, so they're netting $4,500. This, guys, is, if you put this into financial calculator, an 1,800% return. That is amazing, right? And this is assuming that they even had this money in the first place. Like, this is free money to them. They're not even using their money, they're using your money. And this isn't even talking about our current banking system that does fractionalized banking, where they're actually lending 10 times or more of what money is actually in their bank, right? So they're making 18% on their money and they're paying you 0.25%. Is there any question why the banks are some of the largest financial institutions in our country and in the world, right? They're doing this type of stuff. So it's like, okay, the competitive side of me is like, what in the heck? I'm not getting anything close to this. How do I make this concept work for me? And that's where the tiered banking the contracts come in. So let's flip this around and figure out how to put you in a position where you can earn a better return. All right. So hopefully you can see this in the color green on the camera. So let's say that instead of putting that at a bank, right? You take that $100,000, you put it into this tiered banking contract. All right, so you get all the benefits of the tiered banking contract. You get the tax deferred growth, tax advantage withdrawals. You'll be able to get the guaranteed rate of return plus, the competitive returns on top of that. And then you also get a no loss provision, right? So you're always ratcheting it up, making more money than you did the last year. Truly compound interest, which is not true in the markets, by the way. But I digress. So let's say that you take $100,000, put this in that contract, and you go find a house that you want to fix up, and you know that you fix it up, that you can remarket and make some money, right? So you buy this house, for simple conversation, $100,000 buys you that house, right? You take that house, you go and you realize, like, you didn't really have to do much to it. You just have to remarket it and sell it. You sell it for $115,000, and then what do? Okay, from here, what you do is you pay back the contract loan back into the contract. Now this has interest in it, right? So this is you're charging about 5% interest, right? So if you held this for the whole year, you'd pay back the $100,000 plus the 5% interest, and that would leave you $10,000 of profit. Now, in this situation, what is your return? So your cost of funds is $5,000, right? Because that's the interest amount, and you're making 10. That's a 200% return. Now, on top of that, you are also getting the money that's growing inside this contract. Your money is working in two places at once. So let's say in this contract, but let's say it's a slower year, and you have your guaranteed return, and you also have some dividends on there. Let's say that you make 6% in this contract for just conversation's sake. So you take 6%, you paid 5%, so you've made a whole nother 1%. So not only did you make 200% down here, you made the other 1%. So you're making 201. Now my handwriting is horrible. I'm sorry, guys. So this is where you win in the margins. And you think of this as on scale. When you're saying 1%, oh, well, that's not that much, right? Okay, maybe not for your situation, but for a bank, and talking about like millions and hundreds of millions of dollars, 1% is a lot of money. When you talk about the big wealthy families that are controlling large corporations, their goal, their benchmark is to get 1 to 3%. They just want to make sure they're going, in the right direction. Now, I understand that you're not a bank and you don't have hundreds of millions of dollars where you're going to become super uber wealthy on 1%. But if you could take this and get your money to work in two places at the same time with no loss provisions here, and then invest it wisely because you're investing in yourself, this is how you grow your opportunity fund. This is your growth fund. All right, so now your money is working in two funds at the same time, your opportunity fund, your growth fund, you're getting higher rates of return, and you're creating financial independence. I hope you're getting this. This is super exciting. I love this. Once I got this concept and figured out, okay, how does this work? And go all the details, how does this apply to me? This is tailor-made, and these contracts are customized to you, to your business, to your situation, to make sure that you're putting enough in here, not too much in here, and making sure that this works for your plan. All right? So in our concluding video, video number 5, we're going to be talking about the math and science approach of how this all kind of comes together, okay? And why this works, why these tiered banking contracts really make sense. We're going to walk through that, and I hope that you join us on that last concluding video. Thank you so much for your time, and hope you have a great day.